Today, we're not necessarily here to talk about the H-1B and what the future of the program is going to be like. Today, we're here to talk about why people should seek alternative visa routes. Based on your experience, Patrick Findaro, what are some of those talent-based visas that could become alternatives to the H-1B?
Well, it was funny, and I wanted to comment directly to Musk on X.com, but he says this is the path to bring the, let's bring in the actual, what he says here. Maybe this is a helpful clarification, referring to bringing in via legal immigration the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning. And he makes a comparison to some of the top NBA players that are coming abroad to support the American team or the different companies. And there already is a visa for this. You're on this visa category, the O1 visa. So, if you're in the top 1%, even top 5% of what you do, there's a strong possibility that you're eligible for the O1 visa. Or if you work on yourself, work on your personal branding, try to push to have an increased salary, get that increased raise, there are mechanisms to really set yourself up for the O1 visa, which is much more versatile than an H-1B and has a direct path to green card without sponsorship of the company. Many H-1B employees are, at the whim of their employer, and they can switch to employers, bring their H-1B, but the green card sponsorship is generally done through the employer, through the EB2 or EB3 category, where the O1, you can really take fate into your own hands and do an EB1A green card. So I don't know if you want to elaborate a little bit on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You went through the process yourself last year.
Yeah, I went through the O1 process myself, 100%. This is what I understand. If you're somebody who's successful, if you're somebody who's ambitious, if you're somebody who is, contributing to the very society that you live in, you work on yourself and you work on your own skills, I think there is an O1 argument for anybody really who possesses, extraordinary talent. So what is an extraordinary talent or extraordinary ability? That's been the question. And I think that is also going to be a raging debate in the upcoming years as the O1 visa becomes more popular. But, essentially think of it like this. If you're a painter, you're painting walls. If you excelled at painting walls, you could be eligible for the O1 visa. If you're a cybersecurity expert, if you're a software guy, IT guy, or YouTuber, whatever you are, one thing I like about the O1 visa is that it sort of like sets a standard and shows you the way and what you need to do to become a better version of yourself. So it's kind of in a way that, you prepare yourself, you get better and better, and then qualify for a visa like O1 if you're not already qualified, right? Certain people are already qualified, but they just don't know. A lot of people suffer from imposter syndrome. I mean, some of our prospects, I talk to them from time to time. They're like, "Oh, Len, I don't have any extraordinary abilities. I'm a software engineer." I'm like, "You could be an extraordinarily talented software engineer. Let's just go through the criteria and see." And then we go through the criteria. Oh, shoot. They do work at an essential capacity for a distinguished organization. They're getting paid far above the average. They have certain original contribution in their own fields. They're members of associations that would seek achievements. Sometimes they even have won certain awards. We only need 3 of them, right? We don't need you to, fit in the full criteria or fulfill everything. Some of our clients or prospects do not necessarily fit in the criteria, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I have 2 criteria. How about I work on this one and this one? Would I be in a position in the next 6 months to a year to appeal?" Right? So it's definitely a great program. It gives you the drive to sort of work on yourself and be better, and it's perfect.
And I think the big part too, Aladdin, is going to EB1A, where it is a higher threshold to meet, but the criteria are nearly identical. Looking at the EB1A category, and you went through some of them for the O1 that overlap,
Right?
But high salary, significant remuneration related to others in your field. If you're coming from Pakistan and you're getting 100K as a software developer, you're probably in the top 1% for software
Yeah.
developers in Pakistan. Maybe top, you know, point one or even, you know, 0.5. So, you know, that criteria a lot of people can hit, and there's other criteria to hit where you got to have 3 of 10. And like yourself, you know, most people applying for the B1A are going to try to have, you know, 4 or 5 really solid ones before they apply for this green card category.